Hello everybody and welcome back to the GDQ Hotfix. Today we are going to be showcasing two different Starfield speedruns. Before we get into that, just a few quick reminders. GDQX will be live from TwitchCon October 20th to 22nd. The event will take place on the Games Done Quick stage, as well as streamed live on our Twitch channel. You can use !GDQX in Twitch chat to find out more information, and you can go check out the schedule there. Also, Awesome Games Done Quick 2024 will be live in person January 25th to 20th. I don't understand how I screwed that up. 14th through 21st in Pittsburgh, PA. You can use the !GDQ command in Twitch chat for more information. Also, you can go to @GamesDoneQuick on Twitter to let us know what you're hoping to see on the games list. I am not. It's not going well for me today already. Go to GamesDoneQuick.com for more information. I'm going to hand it over to the runners and commentary and hope that they can speak better than I can tonight.
Hello, my name is Hark, and I'm going to be doing the any percent speedrun for you guys tonight. And with me, we have Dante and SB for commentary.
Hey, what's up, y'all?
That was Dante. Hey, my name's SB. I'll be commentating this run and running the next one after this.
All right.
Yeah, I'm Dante. I was the previous record holder for this and the next run. I have to slip that in before you start.
All right. So time starts in 3, 2, 1, and time starts. So it's actually a bit of a funny story. I had basically no interest in playing this game. But one of my best friends was like, you know, you should get this game. It's really cool, and I'm really excited for it. It's like, wait, it's a Bethesda game, and I looked at the trailers for it, and I was like, you know what, this seems like it could be a really good speedrun. And I bought the game. I played it casually, put about 150 hours into it, and then I started looking at it from a speedrunning perspective, and me and a lot of other members of the community found a lot of really cool glitches and stuff for this route.
Oxygen's good. Just do what you did last time, and you'll find
And I guess I'll...
Something to mention before the run actually starts. Something that we did invisibly before the run started was we loaded a different save to do an RMG manipulation that's going to come up a little bit later in the run.
We're still trying to figure out why that happens.
It's just like I work in the Star Dock, except with more cases.
It's one of those things where we just do it because it works. We don't know why we do it, but we know that running this specific save before a new game will set a specific piece of RNG later.
Good pep talks.
Yeah, and the fact that I can pin.
Yep, and the game starts with a 2-minute and 20-second elevator ride. We believe in the future the timing rules could be changed so that we start at the bottom of the elevator when you actually gain control. But right now it's just, you know, super pure, you know, from new game to the end. But, you know, we get to listen to Heller, the greatest character in the game, so, you know, like, it could be worse.
I have a good feeling about you.
Group hug now or at the end of the shift?
One of these days, Hella, I am going to leave you behind.
Promise.
So as we... Oh, you can go.
No, go ahead, Hark. No, go ahead.
Okay, so as we get off the elevator here, we're basically just going to be following our boss around, Lynn. And as of right now, we cannot skip any dialogue. You can see that there's a option to talk to her. But if we try to talk to her, it says that the individual is busy and it refuses to progress. However, in about 20 seconds from now, the game will allow you to talk to Lynn, and we use that to interrupt her dialogue to progress this opening sequence a little bit faster. And if you time a specific dialogue skip correctly, she will actually skip 2 lines of dialogue and start her next animation. Let's see if I get it here.
Come on, with me. Let's go.
And I got it.
That's insane. I've never been able to get that.
Yeah, it's a very hard trick.
You have to basically preemptively time pressing E before she starts talking. And he's just doing more dialogue skips here.
Yeah, we're just trying to make sure that there's as little time as possible that we have to wait for characters to finish their animations.
Before
we have
we optimized these dialogue skips, there was maybe 20 seconds of waiting for Lynn to get here, and now she's already there when we're done mining.
So as Heller leans on Isabel's shoulder, we talk to him once, and then he starts his next line of dialogue, and then we turn around, and then it instantly cuts the wall, which saves about maybe about 8 seconds on its own.
If you time that poorly and you're a little late talking to Heller for either the first or the second time, that you have to stand there for maybe 15 to 20 seconds of just the drill going up and down on the wall.
So in the initial runs of this game, we just did the cave as the game kind of intended you to do it. But now with all these dialogue skips, you can save around 20 to 30 seconds just in this cave part. Ark is probably the best runner right now on this first cave part.
Yeah.
I've played it a lot.
We all have.
I've got a few hours in the game.
We're probably the people in the world that have seen that first cutscene the
Take it
most.
easy.
Oh yeah.
You were out cold. No physical damage.
Esper, you want to tell the chat what background and traits we're grabbing and why we're getting them?
Oh yeah, sure. So you'll see he skips all character customization for the physicality of his character, and he goes to his background to choose Bounty Hunter specifically because it has the ability to use a boost pack straight off the game. He also chooses Alien DNA, which helps with not running out of oxygen later in the run. He chooses Introvert. Are you doing Extrovert or Introvert?
Introvert.
Introvert in the end.
Okay, so he in any percent you choose as Introvert because you don't want a follower with you, and with Introvert you save oxygen when you do not have a follower. And then he also chooses Terra Firma, which increases his damage while he is on a planet.
Hey, you did a good job, all right? Argo's client is here. Let's go.
And if you noticed at the very beginning, he went to the very back of this little base and grabbed a boost pack through the door. There was a popular version of that, getting the Mark 1 suit early, and it's the same thing here to get the boost pack, which helps later on.
And by
pushing.
letting... Oh, hold on. So you can let Lynn open up the door, and it saves about 1.5 seconds. It's a bit of a small time save, but it's kind of cool because if a NPC opens a door for you, that door will be basically not solid. Whereas if you open it yourself, it will have collision. And the time that it takes for the door to open is a little bit longer than it takes for London to just open up the door and for you to run through it. And you can go now, Dante, about explaining the pushing NPCs.
Yeah, so as you can see, he's pushing all the NPCs with the barrel to get them traveling a little bit faster. You have to be careful here because if you push them a little bit too hard, they're just going to stop in place. So you have to balance pushing them forward and not pushing them too fast so that they stop in place.
And this was found like just a few days ago too. Maybe a week.
I would say every 3 days or so we find something that saves around a minute. The game is definitely still not completely solved yet, obviously.
Yeah, at this point we're just waiting for something new to kind of show up. But Hark has optimized this run pretty well.
Yep. If you stand a little bit away from the NPCs as they're talking, the dialogue will progress just a little bit faster. Because normally,
true?
if you stand really close to the NPCs, there'll be a pause between the end of each sentence and then compared to the start of the next sentence. Whereas if you stand away from them, there's no wait time, and the next dialogue will start instantly. And it saves about 5 seconds at the start there.
So Hark is being a little bit of a bully here and killing the NPCs. He's looking for an axe, which we're going to need for later in the run. You don't necessarily have to get it from these people, but if you get it from these people, then you don't have to check as many bodies in this pirate.
It saves maybe like a third of a second.
And we're going to be a bit of a bully here. We're just going to throw this explosive barrel in these pirates' faces and then just instantly destroy all of them. It's very nice.
So the reason he checked those bodies is because he's looking for amp. There's going to be random drops that he can get of amp, which is going to help in the first part of New Atlantis. At a certain point in New Atlantis, we're going to have all the amp we need for the entire run by crafting it, but the RNG comes into play just until we get to that crafting part.
Did you get amp in Frontier?
I did. The run is blessed.
Yeah, there's a 50% chance that you're going to get amp from the Frontier.
I think
The other half you get Synapse Alpha.
I think the most someone's ever reported finding before leaving Vectera is 3 or 4 amp. One,
I've definitely gotten 3.
yeah, one on Frontier and the rest on those pirates back there.
Realistically, the max that will be helpful is 2. Anything above that is just flexing.
And realistically, you'll probably only get none. That's what I get.
It's rough. It's rough
It is.
sometimes. All
Thankfully,
right.
your run doesn't immediately die if you don't get amp. It's not too bad. Get it.
So now that we're about 10 minutes into the run, we're finally in space. Let's go.
And all of this stuff, this space fight that's just about to happen, everything on Vectera, it's not possible to skip. Starfield basically has a 15-minute tutorial that's unskippable.
For now.
People's, in many cases, in a casual run, it's like a 3-hour tutorial.
Yeah.
So we're just gonna power up all of our weapons in the ship, and just so that we can fight off some bad guys that are chasing after us, because we apparently have buried treasure on our ship.
Now it's important that he kills these ships as fast as possible. If he doesn't kill them as fast as he can, he'll get a dialogue that will increase.
I did get it here.
So this dialogue
That ship
right here.
can randomly boost, and if it boosts, then sometimes it's going to be just a slow fight. Ideally, he just doesn't boost and you kill him essentially.
Yeah, there's 2 extra dialogue that you can get, and if you get all of them, I think it's you lose maybe 20 seconds just sitting here in silence.
Could have been worse, but yeah. That first ship can be a real meanie.
More Crimson Fleet ships are jumping into our location, Captain.
Ideally, you can destroy both of those ships before they even get past you.
All right. So now that we've dealt with those guys, we're gonna travel to Crete, and what
This
we're
is where
gonna
the
do
boost pack is important.
is we're going to get out of our seat and then land on the planet. And because of the fact that we exited our seat, it allows us to skip the animation of landing on the planet, which saves roughly about 10 seconds every single time you land. And over the course of the run, it adds up to a decent amount of time save.
To be fair, it doesn't skip the animation. It just puts you outside of the ship while the animation happens. You can hear the ship landing behind you.
Yeah. The other thing that's really nice about it is in every single scenario that you're doing that little glitch, it's going to put you way closer to the objective on that planet that you're going for.
Also, if you guys missed it, he jumped on top of the research center there, spawning the pirates that usually yell at you once you go through the thing. But he just spawned them and blew them up and skipped the entire research center. It happened very, very fast.
So before we got that, we figured out we can get that boost pack early. You could either get to the top by using amp or doing extremely inconsistent climbing on the side of the facility.
Well,
so it's really nice that we have a boost pack.
It was only inconsistent if you didn't practice, Dante.
Hey man, I'm just a lucky boy who always gets.
Now, a lot of you, if you watch Starfield videos on YouTube, may have seen that clip. I don't even know how to begin explaining that, but we'll explain zips in later. But it's basically that wall is the only wall that it works on. That's it. We don't know.
It allows us to just go right through the wall.
That's the moral of this game, is third person with a melee weapon, and it's a broken game.
I'm very surprised that they did not patch the third person stuff. Third person with a melee weapon is completely broken.
No.
What we're doing right now is we're getting a bunch of ammo for the rest of the game, and we're also getting all the materials we're going to need to craft all the amp we're going to need for the rest of the game.
Yeah, and these, if you're playing on the most recent patch, those vendor chests do not exist anymore. I mean, they do, but they're just really, really far into the sky. That apparently was priority for Bethesda to fix. So we do have a down-patched version of the game to the original launch version.
Something I should mention is that when we do that glitch where we get out of the seat before landing, our character is in a really weird glitch state. And when you're in that glitch state, you can't interact with anything at all. The way you start interacting with things again is by quick saving and quick loading. That'll get you the ability to interact again. It didn't come up on Crete because you don't actually have to interact with things, you have to kill people. But in New Atlantis, at some point you have to quick save and quick load before you interact with the vendor chest.
Okay, so you'll notice that he's boost packing very fast. The reason for that is because he has jump, the secondary bind set to either control, alt, or shift. And for whatever reason, by binding it to control, alt, or shift, you get extended horizontal movement, but less vertical movement. And that's it. It's just rebinding jump to like alt or control.
Yeah, the boost pack stuff makes you so fast that it's by far the fastest way to travel on any ground section of the game. Which means every time that we can upgrade our boost pack, we are going to upgrade it immediately.
Yeah, it's the most important perk upgrade in the game. And you'll notice he's kind of just standing at the door for a few seconds. That was to wait for an audio cue so that when he leaves, all of the dialogue inside gets skipped. And this is the same in, I think, Fallout 4 and Skyrim.
You should take some time. Come find me when... And here, in addition to...
And yeah, so now that we have finished talking to Sarah, now we're basically free to go wherever we want. So what we're going to do is we're going to come down to the basement, and we are going to use the materials from the vendor chests in order to be able to craft amp, which is very useful because it allows us to run really fast. So we want as much of that as possible. And then what we're going to do is we're going to use our skill points to level up 2 perks, Persuasion and Astrodynamics. And I guess I'll let SB or Dante explain why we do that.
Well, we have to read.
Well,
I wanted to say one thing before we get into this, to answer some questions in chat about version of the game. 90% is the only version that runs on the down-patched version. So Glitchless and all the other factions do run on the most updated version.
Everything looks good here. I'll be up.
So in terms of perks, we're going to do Persuasion because the last thing in the entire run that we're going to be doing is a Persuade check, and it loses around 15 to 20 seconds every time you fail it. So any chance that we can do to increase our chances of getting that correctly we're gonna do it because it's brutal to lose a run to. We also got the Astrodynamics perk, which allows us to jump a little bit farther every time we're in the space menu here, and that reduces the amount of jumps we have to do throughout the run, which saves I think like 10 seconds every time that you skip a jump. Another thing that he did with the ship is he upgraded the fuel tanks and the weapons. Fuel tanks is kind of a similar story to
Oh,
Quiet.
I forgot. I forgot to do a jump.
Sorry about that.
No, you're good. We've all made this mistake.
I did that yesterday.
Making mistakes in this run, it feels like it ends up losing an entire hour because of how long some of these animations are.
All right, so this is a really interesting glitch found by micrologists in the Discord. So what we're going to do is we're going to land on a planet we're not supposed to really be associated with yet. Yeah, that'll work. Micrologists found that a lot of the main objective points on planets that aren't like it doesn't actually show the location, but if we land in a really specific spot, we can just run over to where the end objective of a quest is. So this is going to put us like way farther in the game than we should realistically be. We're just going to have to run over and do a little puzzle.
It has to do with the way the planets are kind of built by cell. And so when you load into a cell that's touching the cell that has the Hyla island on it, it loads the island, but if you're off, then it doesn't load the island, and it's like, I think like a 3 or 4 pixel leeway, but it's pretty precise.
You can theoretically go to like a lot of different locations that the objective hasn't really shown up with yet. But for example, if you go to the final planet, one of the doors is impossible to access, so you can't get through. This is the biggest sequence break that we found so far. It saves like an hour.
It's
an hour and a half, probably an hour.
It's almost exactly an hour based off of the glitchless route. Maybe a little bit less, but it saves a very significant amount of time. Ooh, nice glide.
Yeah, if we time our boost packs correctly, you can just glide along the water so that you don't have to swim, because swimming is slow.
That was super clean, Hark. I loved that.
And now we have to quick save and quick load to get our UI back so that we can interact with this map here.
The game crashes quite a bit more, but especially after using this landing glitch, we will constantly get crashes when reloading the quick save.
So coming up here pretty quick, we're going to meet someone that, if any of you have played the game casually, you're probably gonna say, "What? Who is that?"
Thank you.
It's pretty funny.
So spoiler alert, this character that we're talking to is supposed to be whoever dies in one of the missions that we've skipped. But since no one's died, the game doesn't really know what to do and puts the default face out on you. Look at this guy. We don't know who this is. We think it might be Mateo, but I don't think it's Mateo.
But it's like fully voice acted and everything, even though this character doesn't really show up in the main game.
You're twisting.
They're hypocrite. I attacked. That wasn't some as I.
I was also
Yeah, we just do a whole lot of dialogue skipping.
never.
You're going to tip this.
I think this is probably the longest dialogue sequence in the game. It's pretty long.
Before you leave, take
Yeah, it's definitely the longest one. Unless you get persuade trolled at the end. And that's the longest one.
We're not sure whose voice it is, though.
Here we go.
This run kind of starts to accelerate at every point in the run. We're starting to get to a lot of points where we really need to focus and get some skips. We're going to do a couple wacky things real soon here.
Oh, Wait, never mind. I guess we'll see. There's a chance that one of the characters can spawn in the floor here, and it's really funny what happens, but it doesn't look like it happened here.
One doesn't approach. You're right.
I have Mateo underground. I don't think anybody else has seen that. I have Mateo just underground.
These last glimpses.
My favorite is when Walter is like in the table. Alright, let's do this.
Is now a good time to talk about the mechanics of zipping?
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah, might as well.
So before the game was released, Micrologist he's in chat right now actually, but Micrologist found that there was some buggy things going on in third person. He landed and punched at the same time, and his character kind of zipped across the floor. And after a bunch of testing, we figured out that there was about, I think, currently 4 ways to zip. And zipping is you're just gaining about 200 units of speed over the course of like 4 or 5 frames, and then it goes away. You can zip by blocking and landing, by punching when you land, by hitting the sprint button while you land, or hitting a direction while you land. And a micrologist found out that there was a frame that you'd go out of bounds if you did it up against a wall. And at this point, we've honed the strategy into being able to pause the game on the frame that you're out of bounds to create a save, allowing you to reload out of bounds.
Just a quick note: this cave that he's in right now normally is going to be picked from a random assortment of I think 7 caves or so. But the RNG manipulation that we did before the game actually started makes it so that it's always this cave.
It is a really nice
so far,
strat.
man.
Yeah, I've definitely had worse runs than this, so this isn't too bad.
Yeah, randomly we found out the RNG manipulation because for some reason I was getting crazy good RNG and everybody else was getting terrible RNG, and I just honed it down. I just realized it was the save that I was practicing my zips on.
So the reason why we started one of the missions and then went to another mission is as you were hearing, there was a decent amount of dialogue being played, talking about this grab drive and stuff. Like, it's still sort of playing, but the reason why we do it out of order is because a piece of one of these missions are locked until this, like, I think it's like almost like a 2-minute dialogue finishes. So we just let the dialogue play out while we do another part, like another mission, so that we can just we don't have to wait, basically.
Yeah, and that door that is locked is right here.
Yeah, this door is locked and you don't get the key until that dialogue ends.
In early
now we're
round,
starting our first zips.
Oh yeah, here we go, zips. So off screen, Hark is running a speedometer that shows how fast this character is moving. Whoop, there was an accidental zip right there. And it lets him make sure he's pausing on the right frame, because it's a 3-frame trick. And there, you got it first try. You're insane.
Yeah, that is crazy.
That is a lot harder than it looks.
So I think the least amount of failed attempts at zips in an entire run is like 7 or 8, and that was like the best anybody's ever done. All these they used to be frame perfect until like yesterday, but Hark's really good at these zips.
Yeah, and that's one of the harder ones too. So
obviously we're out of bounds at NASA. We just do the out of bounds there so we can get to the objective we're trying to get to as early as possible.
My name is Dr. Victor Isa. And if you're listening to this,
Yeah, that skips the entire going down NASA, and it probably won't surprise you that we're going to skip going up NASA as well.
So if anybody's familiar with Fallout 4 speedruns, there's a COC plane underneath the map, and you get teleported to a default location after you touch that plane. And it just so happens that in NASA, if you touch the COC plane, you go straight to the elevator.
Yeah,
Looks like you got this one.
if there's something if there's like collision above you, you'll go to that collision. But if not, you'll go to a default location, which in this case is the elevator out.
Clean so far. Very clean run so far.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, it's not uncommon to fail those zips for like minutes at a time. So
Yeah.
I'm pretty
He
happy.
mantled while
with how
trying to
we're
get back
doing this.
inbounds, and in my head I was like, "Nah, run over." Just because there's how like tight this run is, especially when you get clips first try like that.
So here we're gonna side with neither of them. It saves a little bit of time down the run.
Yeah, it's a harder fight slightly, but less dialogue.
Right. We do have a chance to crash here. Let's hope it does not happen. But I think we'll be fine. So we talk to the person at the door, and then we have to make another save and reload the save so that we can open up the door. And then we're going to be doing more zips.
We have two attempts at this zip before we have to go for backup strats.
Good.
Ooh, he got the good one. So in
If you
just
don't do this one fast enough, the door that he's about to go through, this one closes after the third attempt or so.
yeah. Uh-oh, contusions. Oh, does that say cured?
I think it was contusions cured.
Look,
I got a little bit of a broken ankle earlier.
I missed that. Standing up on that
Oops.
that shelf there makes him stop for whatever reason for a really long time. Had that happen to me yesterday while running.
Here comes another zip. Looks first try.
It might have been late.
Don't you have to talk to
It
him?
was a little bit late. You don't have to.
Oh,
if
he
you,
auto
uh,
talks to
He'll
you.
talk to you.
If
You get one attempt.
if you get out of bounds first try, it actually skips talking to him completely. So in my opinion,
That's a new one for me.
This is the hardest zip in the run, the most inconsistent.
Hey, but it's better than the other one that was in this room.
Debatable.
The other one was terrible.
Okay, I think that might do it. It's pretty close. All right, we got it.
Very nice. Now again, we're going to do an out of bounds. We're going to do a Fallout 4-esque up warp here. Go straight to the elevator. Now we're in the lower level extremely early.
And that
The
up warp
clips
is
on-
weirdly
on
hard.
this, the clips in this area save around 10 minutes. We're skipping essentially the entire quest.
Comparing to my fastest glitchless time, it's about 17 minutes saved.
All right.
I think you got the bad one.
Hey, I'm gonna need to band-aid it a little bit.
Sometimes you're like,
So sometimes you have to go into photo mode in order to save a setup because the game will load and basically the game physics will go on without before you can gain control basically. So you have to pause the game and go into photo mode to allow the game to basically load all the way.
yeah, photo mode makes it so you can instantly gain control of your character.
How
And if
did
you don't do that, then you're way too low to recover it.
how did you not get poisoned there?
Really good
It's like-
RNG, I think.
That was
It's
That was
beyond,
I think it
my
got hit
estimate would be
4 times.
It's not the number
Oh,
of
I'm
times
so
I get hit,
sorry.
Barely
it's
got
just
it.
I'm
just a
so
chance.
sorry.
Oh, it's fine.
The
Poisoning isn't
going to
that
be too bad. It's really bad if you get severe poisoning. Severe poisoning makes it so your oxygen drains extremely quickly and you can't regen oxygen. But regular poisoning doesn't do much, especially with the initial perks we chose at the beginning to maximize oxygen.
Always it's not much. You're welcome to any. Now.
We have gained a new buddy. And now
you're
we're
going
gonna
this-
level up some perks here.
If you're going this far to cheat, why not just use console commands?
Somebody submitted a run in the Discord that had console commands and made me laugh really hard. He was like TCLing. He was just clicking through all.
Modern day tasks.
And now we're making our way over to the final space fight, which is actually pretty dangerous since you're level 14 going up against like level 30 ships. It can
this
be a
a
little bit
fast-
scary.
Is this a faster route to Masada?
Yeah, it saves a full jump over the other route. The other route has, I think, 3 actual jumps, whereas this one only has 2 actual jumps, like full jumps. So it saves a little bit of time.
Where you have to adjust the grab drive. So the first space battle is a little different than this one. You can kind of manipulate the first space battle to get better patterns, but this one you just kind of have to react to what they give you.
And hope they don't fly behind a giant asteroid.
Just boost.
Okay, these 2 ships are pretty good.
This is a really good
This
fight.
is this is insane.
All right, now we are starting to take actual hull damage, but I think we're fine. All right, that was a pretty good fight.
That was a really good fight. I'm gonna be embarrassed running after this Hark because all these things that I do in my run aren't nearly as optimized as yours.
I'm gonna try to get record again this week. See if I can go back to bullying Hark like the old days.
We will see, Dante. We will see. So normally, you have to fight a lot of bosses right here.
And it's
but
obnoxious.
They're slow and annoying, so we're just gonna say nope. Just gonna run right past them.
If you do skip it normally, this section, the enemies won't spawn, so you can't get the key card to get into the building. But Hark doesn't need a key card.
All I need is my handy rescue axe and a little bit of luck.
Something to mention is that basically every runner has different setups for the clips. Hark goes for this one where he has to do a little bit of traversing underground. Basically everybody just does whatever they're most comfortable with in terms of being zips out of bounds.
I think Hark's the only
You
one
do it
that
on a
does
lot of
this.
walls.
I just like that I have an actual setup for it. That's the only reason why I do is because I have something to put my back against as a starting point.
Is it really a speedrun if you're not YOLOing all the frame perfect tricks?
Oh, you're right, you're right. All right, and now we're gonna do one last zip.
In old routes, we used to have the emissary as a companion, and he, for whatever reason, really liked to walk right into that little nook that you're trying to zip through. And it was very, very
These are all
annoying.
fast.
All the zips went really good. I'm really happy
This is an
with that.
insane run for zips. I think that was only 4 or 5 missed zips.
And now we're entering the cavern that leads to basically like the final section of the game.
Are you gonna do the clip here?
I'm on amp, so probably not.
Yeah, smart. So you're going to enter an anomaly here, and there is, instead of walking backwards to skip it like that, there's a clip that you can do. You have to hit it first or second try, or you lose time, but it just takes you to the bottom of this elevator.
Alright, so now that we're coming up on this final section, we're going to grab a couple of things that we're going to need. So we're going to grab this handy shotgun on the ground. It does insane damage. We're going to grab, I call it Hippo, and then Frost Wolf.
Holding E to equipped, I've not even thought about that. You're insane.
He's gonna go here because he's gonna scout out the guy that teleports. He can teleport at a random location.
Yeah, that was a nice one.
Spot he goes to. Really nice spawn. Oh, we just immediately.
There we go.
Clean fight.
That was a good fight. There are a few common spots that he likes to go to, but so we try to make our movement.
RNG.
We try to make our movement as the same as possible every time we enter that the place, so that his movement is pretty predictable. It's not perfect, but it helps.
Now we're on to the last thing that we need to do in the run, which is the only pure RNG section, which is a persuade check. Can't do anything about the randomness here. We can't do an RNG manipulation or anything.
Yeah, and the fight,
what the Hippo is for.
fight is too hard to warrant just trying to fight through it. Oh, you're
Ooh.
insane.
Nice.
I risked it for the biscuit.
Gotta risk it. Very nice run, man.
Yeah, that went really well. That went like way better than I could have hoped for. Like the zips really treated me well. I'm so happy. Let's go.
Yeah, this is a great run.
So we're basically at the end of the game. The only thing left to do is we're gonna open up our map and fast travel to our ship. And then we're gonna enter the ship manually, and it actually saves a decent amount of time instead of a couple other options.
So with the other options that he's referring to, if you get there, you can get into the ship faster, but it won't allow you to build the armillary, and it'll just soft lock you. That's the fastest way to do it without getting soft locked. Because we really don't have like any artifacts.
Yeah. And it saves time by not having to get down into your seat or get out of your seat or take off using the default takeoff method.
And now we are at the end of the game, and if you notice, we applied Frost Wolf at the same time we applied the Hippo, and that's to allow us to walk a decent amount faster in this section. It ends up saving about 10 seconds.
Yeah, it's about 0.5 units faster.
That a part of you. Do you understand? Very well. Walk into the.
I like that dialogue choice right there. Skip to the part where I become more powerful. It's like that was made for us speedrunners right there.
Yeah.
And
a 41
is
a 41
time.
is insane.
Yeah, time. Yeah, that's wild.
Yeah, that was a 3822 load removed. That's really good.
Record's 37 something. A beautiful run.
This run would have been third place on the leaderboard.
That's pretty impressive for
That's for
a marathon run.
a live GDQ run. That, yeah, not a new PB, but a really, really good run.
GG. I know y'all are all going to be on for the next one, but do you have anything you want to say to close out before we go take a break to get ready for the next run?
You're gonna make me look ridiculous trying to play this game. I'll be looking like a toddler playing this game.
I try to say it as much as possible, but Micrologist, huge shout out to Micrologist. He invented he found all of the zips, the out of bounds stuff, and he found the early Hyla thing that we do that saves an hour. A huge shout out to him. The run wouldn't be like this if it wasn't for him.
Yeah, as well as Radio and Dangerous and Meta, some of the mods on the Discord and speedrun.com. They a lot of auto split programming and looking at data for us so that we can see our speed values. The guys that did all the programming and stuff to help us learn these tricks and figure out what's going on. The real MVPs.
And funnily enough, some of the stuff like the fast boost packing was discovered by Twitch chat. So thank you, Twitch chat.
Yeah, we have no idea where that one came from. It was some random person's Twitch chat. And that's what I love about speedrunning is we have so many video clips of unknown origin that we share around going, how did this guy, whoever this is, do this thing, trying to recreate it. And
we got to keep Todd's name on screen. The legend.
That's a tradition.
Oh,
everybody else too. Don't forget everybody else.
Yeah, huge shout out to the entire Starfield speedrunning community, and especially, like was said earlier, Micrologist.
Yeah, and if you guys want to start running this game, it's not a very difficult one technically. There are a lot of moving pieces that you got to keep floating around in your head, but it's a super fun. All the different categories are super fun. It's a great game, as glitchy as we could ever ask for. And we need more people kind of keeping their eye out for new tech and new routes.
Yeah, if anybody's experienced with Bethesda games, we're looking at a couple things that could change this run entirely, but we just have no idea how to set things up right now. We're just giving it our best guess. So if anybody wants to help, come join the Starfield speedrunning Discord.
100%.
What's happening in there right now?
For anybody interested, the invite to the Discord is in the Twitch chat right now for y'all. With that said, we do have another run of Starfield coming up in just a few minutes here. We're going to take a quick break while we go get ready for that. So just a quick reminder before we go to our break. Games Done Quick is hiring. If you are a business developer or have experience in recruiting sponsorships and would like to work for GDQ, you can go to gamesdonequick.com/jobs to apply. And we'll see y'all in just a few minutes for the second Starfield run of the night. Hello, everybody, and welcome back to the Games Done Quick Hotfix. We are in the middle of our Starfield showcase. We have a second run of Starfield for you. I will hand it right back over. Let everybody introduce themselves on the run.
Hello, everyone. My name is Espy. I have been running this game since a couple days before official launch. I've run other Bethesda games, but this is the one I've spent the most time running, and I hope you guys enjoy this one as much as you did the last one. With me are the same guys in the last one, Hark and Dante, if you guys want to introduce yourselves.
Hello, I'm Hark, and yeah, I'll be helping doing commentary.
I'm Dante. I run both Any% Glitchless and Any% Glitch, and I'll also be helping out with commentary. Should be fun.
Cool. The church, was there a way to get a file name selected from chat?
Oh, yeah, we were supposed to do that.
No worries.
I apologize.
If I start the run now, we'll have about 2 minutes of elevator for that to happen.
All right. If anybody has any file name suggestions, get them in now.
All right. Timing starts in 3, 2, 1.
And interestingly enough, Bosco will actually say some of the names that you input. So, for example, Captain Nasty, he'll call you Nasty. And other ones, the ones off the top of my head, I shouldn't say.
Yeah, there's like a list online of some fun names that Bosco will say. in the same way that he would say some that who was it, Codsworth would say certain ones in Fallout 4. So how do we determine which name we're going to use?
That's a
Seals are
great
good.
question.
Oxygen's good. Just do what you did last time, and you're fine. Follow my one simple.
You always do Captain Nasty.
Hella, what's my one simple
Listen to
rule?
Lynn. Boss lady knows best.
TCL.
Like the last run, there's a 2-minute and 20-second auto scroller at the start. But that's okay because we get to listen to Heller talk, and Heller has the greatest voice in this game.
Very helpful.
We also get to know Lynn's one simple rule.
Be
Very
fine.
exciting.
Your first outing was solid. And, let's be honest, it ain't exactly Astro.
So this run's going to look very, very similar to the last run for the first 10 minutes or so.
And the fact that I can
A lot of the wackiness that started on New Atlantis in the any % glitched run is not going to be happening, obviously, with the any % glitchless run.
But the metal deposits alone should
So as the old run was doing dialogue skips, they're going to be doing dialogue skips here. And yeah, it's just going to look exactly the same for just a little bit.
And so the cycle repeats itself.
Just no more unauthorized jumps in the house for rune space, okay?
He's just a big baby. There are worse lives. Most Dusties don't.
Guess while we're waiting, I might as well reiterate.
I have a good feeling about
We're going to be getting a boost pack, and we're going to be using that for almost all of the movement on the ground and all of basically throughout the entire run. And we're going to rebind one of our jump keys, our alternate jump key, to Alt or a couple other keys that allows you to go extremely fast with the boost pack.
I don't know if anyone uses anything other than Alt.
Alt's pretty nice.
But I do run the game at 60 FPS because I have a 60 hertz monitor, so I can't do anything greater than that.
I don't feel like getting buried alive today.
It looks like we ran a poll with some of the suggestions, and GDQ won.
GDQ 1, I like it.
Oxygen processors don't extend this far.
GDQ is the winner.
Nice.
GDQ, yeah, and then Nocturne was second.
Know what I love about working in Pre-Star Collective space?
Alright, and I'm not going to get the same skips as Hark did, but I'll try to get them.
Come on, with me. Let's go.
I got it. First time ever getting that.
Nice.
Nice.
Fantastic.
And Hark likes to talk over there, but I like grabbing this first. Which I think loses time.
What's the yield? What do you think? Let's go.
Yeah, a lot of the little differences between what runners do is not necessarily what's the most optimal, it's just what the runner's most comfortable with doing. So a lot of the runs, while we're doing all the same things, a lot of little things will be different just because the runner feels more comfortable doing something.
Whether it be, so you'll notice if you watch the last one, Hark, Lynn was already over here and I had to wait a little bit.
Let's go.
Something to note is if you do some of these dialogue skips too early or too late, there's going to be an invisible wall that's blocking you from going through.
I thought I got it late there, but we're okay.
Early to me, but good.
I think it's really funny that early on when we were skipping Heller's dialogue, if you skipped and turned around in a 180 too fast, there would just be an invisible wall that you can't get past. That was certainly funny to watch Dante run into.
Simple. Yeah, I would get the invisible wall more than anybody else because my mouse sensitivity was too high. The cave sequence looks extremely simple on paper, but there's a lot that can go into it.
There's
you
so
lose
much.
like 10 to 15 seconds just in that little cave sequence.
And yeah, there are a few glitches that can happen accidentally. If you play in first person, you're not going to zip on accident because it doesn't happen if you're in first person.
We're out cold. No physical damage, mentally.
Yeah, in the glitchless run, we just make sure we're never in third person with a melee weapon, because if you have a melee weapon in third person, you're gonna be zipping all over the place no matter what you do.
Yeah.
Just extremely broken. Oh, I like this guy's face. There's a couple of so you get a random face when you start the game, and when you play the game enough, you get good runs with some people's faces and bad runs with others. So this is one of those faces that I get good runs with. I don't know if any of you get that kind of feeling.
I used to set my own. I liked preset 38, but now it takes too much time.
A lot of I used to steal the guy's sandwich in this room, but it's not optimal, so I can't kill the man's sandwich. Very tragic.
Too young to know better.
I'm gonna have to find a new route for you so that you can pick up the sandwich and have it still be fast.
We can start packing up.
Come on, Heller. Come on. Come on, buddy.
We've already got complicated enough.
Not to them, apparently.
There's two things that have to happen before you open the door. They have to both be in that like position, and they also have to be done with all their dialogue. So it's a little balancing act. Again, we're pushing them, making sure we're not pushing them too hard, or they'll just stop in place.
Really? In a discovery
You can only
class?
push NPCs with objects. You can't actually just push them with your body. So you have to find an object that's big enough to push them.
That was a smooth Lin push. I've never gotten it that smooth.
Worked out pretty good. And now pushing Barrett. This is actually like probably the hardest thing to do in this game.
To squeeze the explosive barrel in between him and the ladder is weirdly difficult.
Barrett? Man.
So yeah, I chose extrovert instead of introvert. You guys gonna talk? Yeah. Mainly because I have a companion for a lot of this run.
You're gonna so in glitchless, obviously you have to do a lot more quests, and a lot of the quests just stick a companion with you.
Mm-hmm.
We're using extrovert because we want the extra oxygen as much as we can.
Yeah,
We want more running too.
I'm running on the latest patch, the latest version of the game, so I don't have vendor chests to grab money from, so I also have to make sure I have enough money to do things throughout the run.
Is that right, Cal?
Look, just hand over the credits.
Yeah, a couple of things are going to be a lot more relevant in this glitchless run. Obviously, credits are going to be a big thing. We'll almost certainly get enough. I've never had a run not have enough credits, but we're also going to need to figure out what we're going to do in terms of ammo and weapons, because there's going to be a lot more combat in this run than the other run.
That's
We need to
definitely
figure out what weapons we do.
that's definitely what will kill a run, is if you get to Revelation and realize you don't have ammo or you don't have a good weapon. So I'm looking out for a shotgun basically.
Shotguns are by far the best DPS that you can get.
Yeah, even though they have 2 shots, it's still the high damage is super important. It's either that or I use the cutter most of the time.
Yeah, the cutter's surprisingly strong.
Ooh, I actually am going to be using that maelstrom now. Unless I get something better, which is not.
Yeah, these drops matter a lot more in the glitchless run, because it's going to be our starting weapon for like a pretty good amount of time.
Well, that was...
A lot of the weapons that you'll be using in the original part of the game is going to be just the Maelstrom and Rendell, which are like what most pirates are having. So in that case, you got a unique Maelstrom, I think.
Yeah, I mean, the cutter is better than most early game weapons. Up until, I think, the slate and like neon section is when I need something a little bit better than the cutter. But for everything else, yeah, the cutter will do.
Like theoretically, the other weapons are a little bit better, but you still have to equip them, which wastes so much time that you're better off just using the cutter in the early game.
Yeah, I've seen I've seen some videos showing a level 4 cutter, and it just melts every single enemy.
Yeah, if we actually came back here during Vectera, I'd be getting Heller's cutter, but it's not part of the route anymore, so. Because we just go straight to Barrett. Which I think we should talk about kind of the rules of the glitchless run. The main thing is we have to start and end all of the quests organically. Like, we can't start a quest by activating one of the checkpoints in the middle of it in the same way they do in the any %.
It might be wise to test all controls and systems to ensure they are
In some cases, like SB was talking about the Barrett quest, there's going to be quests where we have to do a bunch of different objectives, and then eventually we end up at a planet, and the end objective of the quest is at a specific place. In this glitchless run, we can just go straight to the ending position of the quest. For example, Barrett's at Vessel 3, and since we know that, we just go straight to Vessel 3 instead of going all around the Sol system and doing little objectives there.
Shotgun in the room where you craft amp. You might be a genius. I'm gonna check that out in this run.
That's actually RNG.
Is it?
Yeah.
Yeah, a lot of the like box, like shotguns, and weapons, and ammo in the boxes are just completely random. But it's usually worth it to check some of the boxes because they can get you really good weapons.
I got really bad RNG here. I have to take my mouse.
Yeah, he got the boost.
Your first Starship assault, Captain. We should search the wreckage for spare parts.
It claims both of us today.
You will need to fly close to it.
That first ship is so troll sometimes. But yeah,
I love the silence of space. So quiet, just waiting, losing time. It's my favorite.
Yeah, I think they went
enough.
a little bit overboard with the sleep timers between these two waves.
They're so slow that in some runs, if it really needs to happen, I take this as a restroom break. That's how slow this is.
Oh, come on.
Ooh.
That's a joke.
These don't have to go as fast as the first single ship because what's his face? Bosco won't have extra dialogue if you do that one slow. If you do the first ship slow, then he'll have extra dialogues.
At this rate, the odds of
Come on.
So in the glitchless run, we're still going to be doing the get out of seat landing. It is much faster than not doing it.
And it happens too easily that to call it a glitch feels like it's doing everyone kind of a disservice.
Yeah, I mean, it's just overlapping some animations that, while someone may not have thought that someone would try to overlap the two animations, there ain't really any attempt to stop the player from overlapping those animations.
That's what I needed.
Any frame perfect inputs or anything like that. There's quite a bit of leniency, so it's like we did have a couple talks about whether or not it should be considered a glitch, and at the end of the day, we think that it's more on the side of not a glitch and just quirky gameplay mechanics rather than something that shouldn't be used in the glitchless run.
Yeah, he did get a really good drop from the pirate captain there. Unique Coachman, which is a 2-pump shotgun. It's going to help a lot in some of the early battles.
Yeah, that was really nice.
So this is where the run becomes completely different from the any percent glitched run. So as you probably saw before, we're going to go in the glitched run. We're going underground and stealing from the vendor chest.
I have to go get it legitimately. I have to go buy it.
Yeah, in this run we still are going to craft amp because amp is going to help basically everywhere we're running in a straight line. So we're still going to buy all of the materials from this shop vendor to craft amp.
Okay, just making sure I had enough money.
If you don't see what you want, hi there. Thanks for stopping in. I can take care of. Oh, please take.
We need argon, metabolic agent. I take membrane, just for safety.
That's for the poison cure, right?
And band-aids actually. And then I needed the digipicks for later. I need a maximum of 2 digipicks.
It's amazing what bosses as art.
Oh, I can't do that yet. What am I doing? That's for later.
So in the glitchless run, we're actually gonna do a lot more of like the content that the game wants us to do. One of those is at a certain point we're actually gonna have to use digipicks. That's gonna be on Neon.
Yeah.
We have to use 2 digipicks for a main quest.
All right. I'm not sure if this was brought up this run, but I'm gonna bring it up again now. If you bind your boost pack to a modifier key, such as Alt or Shift, it will allow you to boost much further, like with a lot more speed than what you would normally get. Like it saves probably over half a second per boost compared to like yeah, a little bit over half a second per boost.
A large difference, yeah.
Makes boost the fastest way to move in the entire game on the ground. So every single time, it's just like the glitched run where every time we can upgrade boost, we'll immediately upgrade the boost so we can get progress to the next level of the perk.
And if we hadn't,
it also makes me think that it's how the boost pack was originally intended to work. Because normally whenever you boost pack, it doesn't really gain you speed, but we've seen quotes from some, I think some Bethesda devs saying that like you have a boost pack to let you go faster. So, yeah, it's just easier to think that it's intended.
So something that he did differently here compared to the glitched run is he picked up a bunch of wine. Wine will increase the chance that you get a successful persuade check, and there's a lot more persuade checks in this run than the any percent glitch run. And wine is going to be the best option we have. There's other ways to get a better persuade chance, but it's the best thing we have.
I hopefully will get Hippo in Aquila.
I'm going to be. We'll need to head to mass and listen. Every member of. Good.
So we're gonna go get fitness and ballistic weapon systems, which is different than the 90% run.
Once again, we're down here crafting amp. This, I think, SB is going to be doing 2 crafting sections because we're going to get a lot more amp because there's a lot more running sections. Is that right?
Mm-hmm. I was trying to figure out how to get 3 in, but it wasn't reliable and it took too much time because you had to sit and wait on one of the other planets. Also, something different is I'm going in here to get the Mark 1 spacesuits.
Yeah, this spacesuit is very, very end game, and we can kind of just exploit a little hole in the wall. A couple of these, honestly, for viewers that aren't even going to speedrun, are really fun. Like getting this armor early is pretty nice for a casual playthrough, and obviously the boost pack stuff is really nice for a casual playthrough. Dips, not so much.
Another. All right.
Now we're talking to Sarah's bestest friend in the whole universe,
John.
Yep.
Soul system.
You mean hitting the ball?
Hey, nothing.
Thanks, John.
Oh, brother.
I'm serious about that.
So now we have to go
Like I mentioned before.
Go ahead.
Sorry, you
can go ahead.
So like we mentioned before, there's a couple quests where we know exactly where the end of the quest is going to be. So in this case, usually you have to do a wild goose chase throughout the whole solar system. But since we know exactly where the end of the quest is going to be, we just travel right to Neptune and we get into a ship battle where...
And this is why I got ballistic systems.
Wait, you see that? There's a ship just drifting out there. No time to take in the sights. That could be our vanguard. Something's wrong. The ship's weapons are powering up. Get ready.
Something to know is the entire game, our ship is not very good.
No.
Even when we get a different ship, it's not good at all. So all of these space fights are pretty scary.
Yeah, I've lost a couple runs to getting blown up. It's very sad when it happens, but
same.
I hate when they blow up.
As you can see, we're just using the cutter because the cutter's oddly powerful. It's actually better than a lot of weapons.
It's really funny because in the first mission, one of the quests is like, hey, get a weapon when you already have a cutter. It's like, why do I need anything else but this cutter, like the greatest weapon in this game?
Hey, I'll trade some. Hope you figure out.
Good work. Let's get back to the launch.
I was like,
interesting to note is that in the glitch run, we don't actually collect all the artifacts. We don't even get close to collecting all the artifacts, but it still allows us to finish the game without all the artifacts. In this run, obviously, we're going to collect all of them because we have to do all the main quests.
yeah, we actually, in the glitch run, we actually got really lucky with the way the end game is scripted. The way it's scripted is you get whatever artifacts you do not have from the hunter and emissary. So it knows which ones you don't have, and it just says, all right, give them the rest. If it wasn't coded like that, then we would probably not be able to skip as much as we can. So we got a little bit lucky.
Yeah, we also get lucky with a couple of the sequence breaks in the glitch run because it's coded like how you would logically think it should be coded. Like, things won't appear like for a new quest unless something crazy happens, and we just happen to do crazy things.
Okay.
Let's break.
Once we land on a...
Also, I didn't
so now that we've
mean Sarah to be my partner here, so I gotta tell her to go away.
No, you don't have to.
I don't want her.
I'd prefer to stay.
Personal preference. That's not where I want to go.
So after we did that initial quest, we now unlocked the option to do 3 different quests that are all main quests, and we can complete them in any order, just based on preference, and we're just going to do them all at the same time. Just whatever's closest, we're just going to do that.
The Eye is single-handedly the worst location in this run. It is home to many, many, many very, very obnoxious bugs and hard locks and run killers. And he takes an hour to stand up.
Wish I could have been.
Yeah, we find new soft locks every day. Unfortunately.
You won't be the
a lot of them happen here.
She should be anyway. Happy hunting. Show the words.
Thankfully, oh, you can go ahead, SB.
We're gonna go save Barrett. We're just gonna go find him immediately.
This is another one where we just know exactly where to go, so we can go zip right to the end of the quest. Yeah,
I imagine the landing animation skip, like it already saves like I think like close to a full minute in the any percent glitched route, but
yeah, it does quite a bit.
You land a lot more. You land a lot more in the glitchless run, so it probably adds up to like what 4 minutes, something like that. Probably adds up to quite a bit.
It also puts you very close to your objective in every single case,
which is really nice.
So normally, paying this guy off is faster, but we need the persuasion experience for the upgrading it later. We have to persuade him here.
You want me? I'm afraid that's not.
Like the YOLO for the 6?
Always.
I'm not the one who needs to be worried about.
Always.
Oh yeah.
All right, there's one failed persuasion.
No certainty. Holy sh. You know, it's actually
no.
Yeah, obviously it's random, so we're not expecting all of these persuade checks to be first try. We have no control over it.
He does seem.
Yeah. And a crit.
Look at that. Yeah, it's funny. You can get crits inside the persuasion minigame that instantly complete the persuade.
So I get astrodynamics there, or else we wouldn't be able to reach Cheyenne from here.
Welcome to Freestar Space. We're going to do a quick scan for contraband and you can be on your way. And that's it.
Yeah, we just start to just slowly do all of quickly. I would say
slowly do it quickly.
Yeah, I was about to say slowly gather all the quest completions, but we're doing 3 separate quests. We already did the Barrett one, and now we're gonna do the Sam.
After Planet, he called it the.
And we're about to get hit with just another persuade check immediately.
Hopefully, I can get some hippo here. So cross our fingers.
If not, you got the wine.
I didn't grab the wall.
Yeah, normally.
Going over this because he skips the dialogue.
So going over the wall skips the dialogue from one of the guards at the front. And then going in here also skips the dialogue in front of the bank. But I also need to buy stuff, so.
Feels like I spent half my life trying to get out of this.
That's really close up.
You want Argon? Okay. Nope. Just in case, and exit out of the dialogue is exactly what I wanted to do.
I'm sure something will catch.
Aid. We want amp. Only 2 amps. Not great. No. Oh man. Okay. No hippo. No frostwolf.
That's rough.
That's rough.
Is unfortunate.
And only 2 amp. That is not great. But hey.
You need to stand.
Got some argon.
I don't mean to be. Now, please.
That'll help.
Now help craft amp, at least.
Some folks, they took everyone. They're using the.
I'm not sure what my limiting resource is, but
Say what you.
I think I only got 3 tetrafluorides or something like that, but I may not need them. I can't remember. All right, we're gonna try.
Tetrafluorides are just for
another wine here. Quick save, because this is the one that gives me the most trouble.
There's going to be 2 persuade checks here.
Well, you skip the first one.
You can elect to not do the first one.
Mm-hmm.
The only thing that the first one does is it makes the second one easier, but it loses a lot of time. This one we're going to have to fill 8 bars, and if you did the first one... I know.
You have to believe.
Oh, we're good, we're good. Damn it. Oh, please. Nice.
Nice.
I usually get the red one at the very end there. It's sad.
Also very nice because I think that's the persuade check that loses the most time if you do it incorrectly.
There's so much dialogue before the actual persuasion that if you have to reset it, it's like 15 seconds of unskippable dialogue every time.
Let's get back in Gal.
I need to switch my active quest over to the empty nest so it highlights which specific lockers I need to look in here.
A few different deposit boxes secured in here, so let's look around. Here's a copy of the key.
Okay, now remember.
Alright, note for Sam is what we were looking for.
Hey, good to see you.
Now we could persuade here, but I'm not going to.
Yeah, you're right.
Because it... Okay,
Let's go. Take it easy.
it doesn't change anything, as far as I know.
Yeah, you just get an extra little bit of dialogue.
Now we're gonna go talk to Grandpa.
I'm just saying, my family was on the first ship.
Pretty tough living here. But
Now this dialogue, if you try to leave and re-enter like we do in the lodge, it doesn't really skip anything. So, pro tip, if anyone was watching my stream the other day, don't move that pillow. About 8 guards will come in and attack you just by moving it.
Realize where you ought to be for once?
It was really funny.
Ain't asking again.
You ain't asked once. Let's hear it.
Yeah, the game considers you stealing something even if you just pick it up and not like put it in your inventory.
This was a mistake.
The only mistake I'm seeing here is you. Bringing your Constellation lackey here instead of my granddaughter.
Jacob really woke up and said, "Gaslight, gatekeep, girl boss."
All right, that's... I don't know about you, but a fella could do a lot worse in Constellation. Give me a sec. You're flying in the face of...
Alright, another persuasion check. This one's only 4 though, so...
Well, that's not your I know
nice.
all about... Can't believe I'm...
Cool. I didn't want to jinx it, but that one's not too bad.
No, it's not too bad, but practicing the run that I got my PB on, I failed it 3 times.
All right, let me think. Well, you ain't... First, it's in the middle, but the empty nest... Well, just remember, it's about the... Let's get to that cave.
You're getting some really good persuade luck so far.
Yeah.
It's been good.
Yeah. I do have to be a little bit more conservative with my amp usage, just because I didn't get any.
This kind of goes without saying, but we basically skip every single enemy that we can skip. A lot of the combat revolves around killing one person, so we just kill one person and get out of there. In this case, we don't have to kill any of them, so we just boost right past them.
Yeah, and for whatever reason, once we make it all the way... Where am I? I can't see. Once we make it down the cave and grab the artifact, they all either die or are gone. Not sure what happens to them.
I find it strange that they just randomly die. Just go out and they're just bodies.
Oh, yeah. Like, I didn't touch a single person in there, but we will pass a few bodies on the way out. Maybe it's, Sam.
Hey, you alright?
Yeah, that's true, actually. Yeah, your companion's probably doing work out there. Never thought of that.
Well, you know what they say. Sam is a co.
That is true.
You say that.
I actually didn't see any bodies.
I saw one, I think.
And then here,
Not doing his job.
You must be sure.
Shaw's obnoxious, so we do the ultimate Chad move, and we just say, "All right, not gonna talk to you," and you can just fast travel like immediately.
Yeah, you can fast travel immediately.
Yeah.
We're in one piece.
Now one more person to go pick up. Bernard Star always coming in clutch.
Anybody who's starting to run the glitchless run that's going into this cave is very, very easy to get lost in. Everybody gets lost their first time.
I'll teach you guys the route. It's actually really easy.
Yeah, it's not too bad when you get
once you know it, it's not bad, but what am I doing? Gotta get out first. And fun fact, when you meet Andrea for the first time, she's killing someone, and if you just stand in the doorway, she will continuously shoot just the dead body on the ground indefinitely. And it's really disturbing. Because she basically, when you talk to her, she's basically like, you didn't see that. So she'll just keep shooting him if you don't move.
Don't come any closer. You are from.
My name's
you are the
GDQ.
newest- Perhaps. We waste time.
So from here, you're just going to jump over to the left here. Climb up here, and then just drop down to the left into this hole, and there's the artifact.
That looked a lot faster than whatever I did the first time I went through this.
I know. I don't think I
Yeah.
spent less than 10 minutes in any of the caves in this game the first time.
Like
Every single person I've ever talked
probably
to has gotten lost.
Also, you don't have to talk to Andrea here.
Right.
I probably spent about 20 or 30 minutes in this cave alone. Like it's a fun cave. It's a really fun casual mine or whatnot.
But yeah, I did spend a lot of time in there.
So this is the beginning of the random locations. Are you doing RNG manipulation these days?
I did run the save file before playing, so we will get the same cave.
We're gonna have to do, I think, 4 random caves, and some are much worse than others in terms of speed. What we don't want to see is a cryo lab. Cryo labs are extremely slow.
Cryolab's the worst module or POI in the game.
Yeah, it's essentially the same size as like NASA. Quite bigger.
Feels like it, that's for sure. And this cave's not too bad. There are some caves that you can fast travel out of. Unfortunately, this is not one of them, even though it feels like you should be able to.
Yeah, it's completely random which ones you can, can't. There's not a lot of like patterns there. It's just, sometimes you can, sometimes you can't.
But the good thing is there's only like 7 different caves. They really did not have many different variation. And now we can head back to the lodge with all of the cool things we've collected, like Andrea and Barrett and 2 artifacts.
Yeah, we're turning in 3 quests at the same time.
I figured out a way to fix this, but yeah, you could talk about it.
Yeah, you can get soft locked here because a bunch of people can talk to you at the same time because the game really doesn't expect you to turn in 3 quests at the same exact time. So they're all trying to talk with you, and sometimes it just messes up. And Bethesda Engine just doesn't like what you're doing.
Sam, Barrett, like everyone. Sam will go first, then Barrett interrupts.
Why don't I stick?
Work as a team.
You don't want to.
Yeah, right now he's stacking 2 dialogues.
If I'm coming with, that means Cora's on your ship.
Which means I have to wait for that to finish and restart this one. And I'll take you with me.
What do you think, Cora?
It's really nice to have.
What?
Actually, yeah.
It's been quieter around here ever since Vladimir went to live on the eye full time.
Look at you two. They could be.
Hard to remember who I need to talk to. Who's going to talk to me automatically.
I disagree.
Not every dream is.
I should have to talk to everybody.
Another real.
The truth hurts, Mateo.
And Mateo.
You know what?
I do not mind being, but I do agree.
I'm actually going to continue traveling with Andrea and not.
Are you doing? You matter.
I didn't mean to talk to you, Mateo, please.
Take care of yourself.
Roger that, Vlad.
Yeah, strangely enough, if you do some dialogues too fast, the game will just repeat them.
Mm-hmm. Did my game crash?
Uh-oh.
Might have.
Alright.
Yeah.
There's crash 1.
The game crashes surprisingly often, honestly. The fact that you're submitting 3 quests at the same time is not...
I've never crashed there, though, so that one's interesting.
Yeah, you can't really control the crashes. You never know when they're going to happen. But I'd say you'd average around 1 crash per run at this point.
I usually really crash when I talk to Sam in Aquila for the first time. All right.
Path we chose to run a Bethesda game.
I know.
What we get.
It's Bethesda. Everyone just saying, yeah, it's Bethesda. Yeah, I've never seen that crash. I get to do this again.
I think Cora and I can use some.
Yeah, I think you're gonna have to repeat all that.
Why don't I co-pilot? Work as a team.
You don't want to get.
That's non-negotiable. If I'm coming with, that means Cora's on your ship.
Are you doing okay? I'm not.
Oh, another soft lock. Okay.
You to think we're focused on the
Yeah, Sam tried to talk to me again, and now I can't skip any of this dialogue. We get to listen to it.
I'm Mateo.
Oh no.
Theological scholar by trade, but now.
Be okay.
Well, an explorer like you. It's really good to have you with us.
Hold on. I can't move my mouse. Oh, there we go.
I'm not gonna marry you to it, but
I'm gonna leave that.
Message.
I think Cora and I can use.
Okay. I'm just gonna get you to go away so I can continue this dialogue with.
Feel free to help your second one was, but the first can you and second one was, but the first.
Are you okay, Mateo? All right. Well, I don't know what's wrong with Mateo.
Well, I suppose that station.
Look at you.
There we go.
They could be. At this point, I catch myself. Maybe that's how
they didn't just gawk at.
I disagree.
Not every dream is a.
You're with me, right?
Rip as always.
Another real.
The truth hurts.
Halloween, we'll have a fun time.
I do not mind being out, but I do agree.
Barrett and Vasco yelling at each other in the background kills me.
Interesting data from those new artifacts. Tell the Rook to meet me.
Yeah. Now let's hope we don't crash this time. All right, no crash.
Let's go.
Very hype. Maybe in one of the load screens, reshare your screen. Sorry.
Oh, I need to reshare my screen? Yeah, okay. Sorry.
Watching on the main.
Did I get it in?
Let us see how Vladimir is doing.
You did.
Now that those are the grav anomaly. All right, going to singe. Don't know what. And from there.
Generally, with all of the speedruns, the longer the run, the more likely some random Bethesda madness is going to happen to you. There's not a lot you can really do. Eventually, Bethesda's patches will hopefully fix a lot of the crashes in like the glitchless runs, but for the glitch, we just have to deal with our old patches because of how the run has to be in an old patch.
Yeah, definitely cross your fingers type of thing. And now it's hard to see the tower through all the trees. I get lost like every time.
So this also is a random location. The temple can be a bunch of different planets. This one seems to be pretty fast.
With the RNG manip, it's the same every single time.
Interesting.
Yeah. Honestly, when you said that could be different planets, I didn't believe you because I don't think I've ever gotten one that wasn't this. But then again, I also RNG manip. Where's my entrance? Hello? The entrance is, I feel, random every time. Cool. Not too much of a time loss, though, because we had to wait for the door, the pre-door door to lower.
In some of the temples, that like those bars that go down, you can actually get behind them in some cases, but not all cases. I'm above them.
So
this is the only time we're going to be doing this.
I heard you like games, so I put a mini game within your game so that you feel like you're gaming. So in order to do this, you have to go through these little gravitational anomalies to charge up a thing.
I believe it's 5 that you have to go through, and the later ones are much more tight. The first one's extremely easy to get, and the last one's extremely difficult. And with the last 2 in particular, sometimes it will immediately despawn and go to a new location. What you can do about it.
And you notice I did that in third person. It's easier to find where it is in third person. You have a wider FOV. Here we're gonna equip the power, because we will use it a few times in the run. Yeah, and if you want to upgrade all your powers, you have to do that mini game like 250 times, something like that.
Are you all right? We need to get you back to the lodge.
Crix's ball.
If you don't mind,
We were right.
I don't believe you can't get every single power on your first playthrough. You have to do multiple.
I think we'll...
Crazy.
So here I have to wait for Vlad to talk to me, because if I talk to him, he will repeat his dialogue
Everyone saw
twice.
and also got no old. So we have
But we do not.
Can we find more of them?
already picked one, but sifting.
I will follow up on the other anomalies, but I will not be going to those anomalies.
I have something I'd like to discuss.
Oh, this anomaly. Count Walter.
I want you. It's about an artifact. Our cellar. I just need. That settles it.
As long as they drink.
It'll be. Just let me. To the Volais.
What can I help you with?
We want to go to Olympus.
Whew. Always a satisfying moment to return to your ship.
This section on Neon is both my favorite and least favorite section of the game.
Yeah, I really enjoy the Neon section. There's a lot of interesting things happening. It's where you do the only 2 digipicks and stuff. Get some combat going. It's fun.
Yeah, and we get Ceiling Walter. There's a Walter lives in the walls.
Looking down upon you.
The effort to make this.
I remember this. I remember this being probably my favorite casual mission of the run, because it happens, or it can happen like right after you get your first powers. So it was like, oh man, I get to show off my powers and take out a couple bad guys with it. This is awesome.
And if you're looking to collect quests that you'll never do, this is a great place. Just walk by people and you'll just collect quests.
Right here, you get a quest. You get quests like everywhere. It's crazy.
Yeah. The first one is Ryujin. Oh, speak to Nashar, and then it'll say, like, hey, join Ryujin. Yeah.
Frank Rennick's
There's a speedrun category for this game for every single main quest line. Those being Ryujin, 3-star Rangers, the UC, and whatever the pirate's called.
Crimson
I'm doing
Fleet?
some more dialogue skips here.
These dialogues are like unbearably long.
Mm-hmm. But you can skip them just by going up and down the elevator.
Yes?
It's the description.
Oh.
I never said that.
Only after you.
Walter, dear.
That was the point.
With no leverage.
The greatest dialogue in the game.
Yeah, Walter, dear is good, and Bingo is good.
I hate being so.
James Newell is the.
I like the one in the elevator.
Meet me back.
Taking what's mine.
Also, you don't deserve the final artifact. It's also pretty
So
good.
right here, you normally have to go investigate the a guy that's in there that looks like Todd Howard, and then you have to go talk to the bartender. We're gonna do neither of those.
Yeah, yet another case where we know exactly where we need to go eventually, so we just go right there.
I'll show you how insanely good at digipicks I am.
Yeah, you've been talking a lot of smack. Okay, I believe you.
Okay, all right.
Still got one. Got one more.
To be fair, that was a really easy combo. I should have been using amp now. Actually, no. I need it later because I only got 2 from New Atlanta, from Aquila. Welcome to chunks. Please choose your chunks.
I know a lot of people are pretty upset with how, I guess, like, difficult digipicking can be, but
it's the best system
that
Bethesda's ever come out with. Better than any of the lockpicking, better than hacking in Fallout 4. I really like it. As like a puzzle solver.
Yeah,
Sometimes
I really
don't even
like
care
it.
what I get as a reward.
Here we
I don't care what the reward is. I'm just going to do the digipick minigame.
Ooh, not good.
Okay, that was clean.
That was pretty fast.
So here the quest objective was to talk to the bartender, but we can ignore that entirely.
Yeah, and just set up our own little security. Who needs neon security when you can be your own security? The people get in the way here. That's the biggest complaint about this one, is people getting in the way. That's why I don't go to clubs normally. Like in real life.
Agree.
The hardest difficulty of digipicks can be difficult. I actually have a piece of paper and pencil that I like map things out. Doesn't take too long, but it does take a little bit of thinking, which I enjoy. I'm a puzzle solver for fun. Okay, let's see if he does a wall to wiggle here. Oh, he does. He did a little wall to wiggle. Sometimes his neck just goes crazy. All right, now back to the lounge. We're gonna talk to Walter, and Andrea's gonna roast us.
All right. We should split.
Code phrase?
Remember.
So rude.
Take it easy.
Hey.
What is it? Oh, really? Speaking of which.
Did I get you something to drink?
Nothing like some Aurora.
And somehow Walter beats us here.
We need to learn Walter's speedrunning secrets.
And I never sit. We only stand. We only stand in this house.
One of a kind. I have the amount.
This one's nice. We just keep selecting the first dialogue option.
And then we want to remote trigger the door.
As you can see. All right.
I know this.
And then this is the same.
We don't need to do.
Hand over, mister.
You just want to attack this guy and say, actually, never mind.
There's no like quest completion scripts
All right,
associated with
we
killing
get
that guy.
stealing Walter.
Slayton has put up.
There goes our way.
There he is.
And he goes, peekaboo.
Second one, the second dialogue.
And he's back.
Down upon us.
He's the greatest speedrunner. He's entitled to look down on us like that.
He teleports. All right, this is where.
Yeah, this is where some fun stuff happens.
Yeah, so we're gonna grab you, and we say, except we're here for a meeting.
Yeah, that's the best way to do it. Unfortunately for that receptionist.
Yeah, when you made a reservation, but they say you're not on the list.
Something interesting to note is in the old glitch run, we would do just like one out of bounds zip and it would be in Slayton. We could activate this quest like immediately.
That was before a Unity skip was found. Yeah, this was like we would go here right after going to the lodge for the first time.
Many hours me and you spent running into walls.
Literally just slamming our heads into the wall, saving and loading.
All right. I'm aware of...
Another good dialogue coming up where she's like, up ahead will be your elevator. This is your elevator.
Be careful. Okay. You'll want to use the vent system to slip around unnoticed. There's a cupboard just to the right of the elevator you came in on. That's the elevator you came in on. Jump right across the top of it and keep going to the end. Security is...
I always turn left there. Pop an amp here because we will need it in just a second. And then the amp is important for this right here. Where we can... I jumped way too early. What am I doing? Jump onto this. And I bonked my head.
That's the worst.
I know.
Walls just having ceilings on them.
Yeah, it's like the railing had a thing sticking out. But yeah, that skip's going around the whole building, which is important. And actually, I made a mistake. I need to equip you for just a second so I can shoot blatant reliably.
I think every speedrunner will agree that like the little accidental clambering and stuff, it only loses like 1 second, but it feels worse than 10-second time losses.
Let's go using the powers.
Bash him.
And that's like the only use of the power throughout the run, but it's nice.
I'm just happy that
he'll just run. He'll run all over the building up there, and it's obnoxious. Oh, let's just hope I didn't get the Walter bug. Sometimes Walter will just stay back and keep fighting.
The trooper.
Yeah, dude. No, he's here. We're good. That's super risky. If you fall, I think you're soft locked, and I almost did.
It looks really cool, though.
It does look cool, and it's a little faster.
It is rarely... Well, I may not agree. I don't...
And we want to put as much into our grav drive here so that we can boost away when we confront the Starborn in just a few seconds.
I do not tell us, please.
Answering your question. The more you understand.
How could just
Forewarning, if you decide to run this, gotta worry about carpal tunnel in your left hand.
So much clicking.
So much. Just going through dialogue. Yeah, and we're not gonna fight them right now. We're just gonna do as Walter says and drive out. I gold splitted there. That was a Slayton gold split.
Let's go.
It's an overdrive. You need to regroup.
I did a little early there. Oh, it doesn't matter because it's just a lodge. What's gonna happen?
I'll just be in a glitch state.
Okay. No, I'm
not even in a glitch state.
Yeah, we're good. That was a little scary, actually. Not gonna lie.
Sometimes amuses me.
Yeah, I've never even
what goes
tried
on
that.
here, right under the United Colonies.
How is Neon?
Nodes.
Okay. Let me just bring it up on here at the table.
All right. Well, you go to the table. I'm gonna go outside for a nice breath of fresh air. And I just
pixelated air.
Delish. I gotta do it one more time. And now they should just start talking as soon as I kind of enter the room.
So,
just because we can't,
I don't mean to judge, although I...
no,
So depending on your decision there, will determine who dies.
we can. Vladimir.
Some glints.
All right.
Yeah, it's kind of messed up. The way the game's programmed, the person who dies is whoever you have the highest bonding with. So whoever you are vibing with and you really like, they're just gonna die. Really unfortunate how they did that.
Shotgun and ballistics to improve my damage.
Never regretted
I
coming
know
out of
everyone's
retirement.
excited by the article.
Constellation's
but
got
we
the
need
rate
to
of
be
the
as objective
righteous.
as possible
Keeps
and be
me
aware
young.
of
Hey,
possible
Captain.
negative
You had a hell of a ready to head.
We're at about the hour mark. Is there a good time to break? Any time coming?
Right now?
Or...
Yes, we'll probably be a good time.
So during these longer runs, everybody, we like to take breaks just so everybody can get up, stretch, get some water, anything like that. So we're going to take a quick break just so everybody can do all that. Just a quick reminder, if you missed out on any of our other Hotfix shows or past events like Flame Fatales, be sure to check out the VODs over at youtube.com/gamesdonequick. With that said, we are going to take a quick break and we'll be back in just a few minutes with the rest of the run.
Right back.
Hello, everybody, and welcome back to the Games Done Quick Hotfix. We are in the middle of a Starfield run. I will just hand it right back over to everybody and let them take it away.
Cool. Well, timing can resume in 3, 2, 1, now. I just immediately selected the wrong quest.
So here we're going to do a couple more random caves. But with the RNG manipulation, he'll know exactly what it's about.
Yeah, this is the same one that, well, so I have to actually do the mech graveyard twice in this run. There's this one and the same one that Hark that you did in the any percent.
Variety, yeah.
You know it.
I'm glad that in both runs we hear that guy talk about his farm.
Yeah, his farm. He's like, please help me. My farm. Another settlement needs your help. And then Andrea just going off and running as fast as she can. I think that's my favorite visual glitch, is when you load into a location for whatever reason, sometimes your companion will just be running at 2 times speed, legs going like burr. Hello?
I wish we could do that.
I know.
Walter could teleport through walls. Companions do.
And ceilings and floors.
Our companions have all the speedrun strats.
Yeah.
They're hiding them from us.
You know, we keep talking about all this time that we need to get out of dialogue because there's too much dialogue. But, you know, what if we're spending too much time out of dialogue when they could be teaching us the secrets of the speedrun?
Yeah, maybe that's what they're trying to tell us, is how to do all those things, but we're just like constantly skipping them. The Edge. Goonieboo is also a pretty whoops, I always do that. Still getting used to the getting out of your seat before you land thing.
I think this is only found like a couple days ago.
Yeah. I've only done 3. This is my 3rd run incorporating it. No, 2nd run incorporating it.
Hillside Cave is really good.
Mm-hmm.
Like, look at that. He spawned right there.
The only downside is you can't fast travel out of them. And it's
This one in
confusing.
particular, you can't fast travel, and it's very like the way out is like super slow.
It's just confusing. There's a lot of little holes to get stuck in that aren't the right way. Which is kind of a good way of describing just being alive, is there's just constantly a bunch of different holes to get stuck in. I wonder what these Starborn feel when you walk in, grab the artifact, and then just run.
And then just dip.
So I'm actually using the normal boosting method here because it gives you a little bit more height, and it's the height I need. Also, you can jump over the loading zone there on accident. And it's really trippy because I had no idea where I was. There's a lot of just going back to the lodge in this run.
Lodge is definitely the main hub of all the content.
Yeah, I saw someone talking about either DLC or a mod that turned the lodge into a museum to collect all the different things.
That would be really cool.
That would
Yeah.
be cool.
I'm sorry. I just hope.
Hate to interrupt. Lots of equipment. Got the nod.
I am currently a minute ahead of my PB.
Once again, we're going to the eye, and we're just praying that nothing.
This is where
happens.
This is where it can go wrong the most.
Yeah, this specific part of the run is where a lot of the soft blocks and silliness from Bethesda come into play.
Gonna knock on the door for a
Knock
second.
on some wood. So they're all in the right location. That's the first thing we need to think. Oh, Barrett's not.
Hey, you mind helping me?
Uh-oh.
I think we're okay. No, I think we're okay. If I get lucky, no. Sometimes these other little things aren't required for whatever reason. I'm not sure what does that. Will I have to wait for?
You call it the wrong.
Will I have to wait for Barrett?
Nastier than I meant.
No, we're good. Sometimes we have to wait for Barrett to walk over here. It takes, I want to say, 35 seconds.
Yeah.
Reached out through. Think we're gonna.
Might be worth
Thankfully,
trying to
nothing
find
went horribly
something.
wrong.
No, that was just barely less than ideal for that fixing the eye section. Oh no, what am I doing? Ah.
It's
So I didn't mean to get out of my seat. I meant to just talk to this dip over here.
We're gonna do another persuade check.
I didn't quick save.
Well,
I will.
I believe.
Hey.
Wow.
Who
That
needs?
was way closer than I
Who
thought.
needs a quick save? I hate that. I hate that. The menuing in this game is peak.
There are a lot of buttons that do a lot of things.
I think most buttons do more than one thing, depending on the context.
Something I'll mention about this quest is that
Your mom.
We're gonna steal the artifact.
I have to say it every time.
We're gonna get a bounty with the UC collective because we're not supposed to be stealing things, obviously. What that does to the game is that anytime that you enter the orbit of New Atlantis, it's gonna pull you onto a ship and make you do a quest.
Didn't reload
Before you can continue with the game. Thankfully, we have ways to get around that by just going right to the lodge and never going into the orbit of New Atlantis. So if you ever did, on accident, it loses like a minute and a half, 2 minutes.
It's a run killer if you
that,
accidentally get like arrested. Didn't mean to go to the zoo.
All the cables, always.
Yeah. Hitting the door and then the button is fastest here.
Yeah, there it is. 500 bounty added.
And I was saying on my stream the other day that I don't know if I know this route, actually. I just feel like I get lucky every single time. It's a maze.
Just these wires on the ground, I just follow these wires and it usually does me well.
Well, there's not always wires now, are there, Dante?
Nope. Gotta get lucky, I guess.
And that's what I do. And back to the lodge. The flashback later on, no, we just do the same thing. We just kill him and steal the key. Also, if you don't use amp during that, you run out of oxygen for majority of that section.
Vladimir. Vlad, come in. Come in. The eye's gone complete.
So if anybody's played the game, obviously this is the part where the hunter attacks.
So a few of my speedrunning friends told me that going to the eye instead of protecting the lodge saves time. And so in my run after that, I was maybe 7 or 8 minutes ahead. And I went to the eye.
Expect them to barge through the front door.
And I was down 2 minutes by the time it all ended. So do not go to the eye here. It does not save time.
Not to take out all my frustration, but every time I've listened to chat, they were wrong.
Except when it came to boost pack.
Yeah, except for boost pack.
Scare that Starborn. You gotta make sure you wait for Walter to get out of the chokehold, or none of this dialogue will happen. And that has happened where I've waited down here for this to open up, and I'm like, hello? Anyone else coming? Did my amp wear off yet?
Eat so? I could be wrong.
Yes. Alright. This is my favorite movement part of the game.
Yeah, this is really
it's just
well
super
done.
Smooth. Except when I miss the staircase because of screen shake.
Yeah, like I mentioned, that probably lost like half a second, but it feels like 10 seconds. It's just something you can control.
As well as bumping your head through doorways. Hey, we like that. We will be upgrading our boost pack as soon as it's possible in all of the runs, basically, because it's what allows us to move faster.
Again, I'll reiterate that if you're doing casual runs of this game, you're not even speedrunning, rebinding your jump to alt is really nice.
And you don't even have to rebind it. You can just set it to be your secondary key. Because there are some moments where I prefer regular boost pack over the modified boost pack.
Yeah, that comes up in glitchless a couple times.
Mm-hmm. And back to the eye, our favorite location. I don't think there's too much that can go wrong here, though. Thankfully.
Yeah, this one's not too bad.
You say even though we're about to lose one of our favorite characters.
Who dies in this round?
I believe Sam does, because I specifically said something that Sam liked earlier. Oh no, it was Barrett. My bad. Sam is actually slower because of Koriko's dialogue.
Come on.
He yells at you for a little bit. Hello, can I move? Thank you.
Thank you.
Andrea loved that for some reason.
Oh, thank heaven. I'll be okay now.
You're... No tears for the...
Now I'm like, hey, Noel. Bye, Noel. And you want to stand in Vladimir's way, or he'll try to walk over to Barrett.
We... Just means he's click.
A hunter, but the fact...
So we put the...
You get taller here for some reason.
Here.
Now Vasco is the biggest troll in this section. I don't think... Oh, you can soft lock there, actually, if you try to get in while Vasco is...
We can't lose. We're not supposed
Okay, Vasco wasn't where I thought he was, and it threw me. Like,
Party. Big old party on your ship right now.
big old party. They always stand in the most obnoxious place. Sometimes Vasco is in the doorway, and you just have to wait for him to move. You can't do anything to get him to move. I'll continue to say this every time I get here in the run. This version of New Atlantis is not the same map as the other one. So if anyone cares, you should check it out and kind of no clip around to check it out, because it's not really New Atlantis. It's old Atlantis.
Exploring space. You worry you'll lose people.
It's crazy how much faster you are with modified boosting.
Mateo,
And amp.
Unity now really isn't because he.
Amp is pretty OP.
It can't be. Look.
I guess it could.
Thank you. I'll meet you over there. I know.
So now, when we go to New Atlantis, we are on the normal New Atlantis. And so what I'm going to do is...
You should inspect your ship for just every couple landings. They'll cause plenty of havoc.
That happens sometimes.
Bad dialogue you have to wait for. We're going to buy a new ship, and we're going to do the exact same thing as any percent.
Okay, no problem. Everything looks good here.
And we're actually going to run over to the Mercantile, because I don't know what the reason behind this is, but after Atlantis is destroyed, it resets all of the chests. So it's a guaranteed way to get more resources here.
Oh, please, take a...
It's metabolic, and is it toxin?
Yeah, toxin.
I can never remember.
Thanks for shopping.
And then from here, we're just going to head over to Hyla. First, we have to go to Arcturus.
A brief history of time.
Might as well mention again. This is another situation where we know exactly where we're supposed to go, so we just go directly to Hyla. Normally, you're gonna have to talk with Mateo and Keeper or whatever his name is.
Yeah, that takes
Those are
so
a bunch of
long.
different parts of the quest.
But
thankfully,
you go ahead.
Thankfully, in this part,
I went the wrong way, dude. Yeah.
You did the same thing I did.
I did that yesterday. It
happens to the best
I
of
think
us.
I'll be okay. I think I can save it. Hello?
You'll be fine. Just wait for. Just wait for it.
Okay, so it's not a soft lock.
It's not a soft lock.
It's a
You're
dang.
fine.
It's dang close to. Oh, it's a crash though.
That's the first I've never seen
shouldn't be
it
too
crash
bad.
on that, but yeah, no, it is savable.
And Todd strikes again.
Yeah.
Also, in terms of crashes, some are worse than others. Since you autosave every time you jump between planets or solar systems, this shouldn't be too bad.
Where am I?
Thank you, Todd.
Yeah, this actually fixed what I my mistake, so we're good.
Not bad.
And now the ancient ruins thing is just there. We don't have to do the crazy, precise landing spot.
And because we're doing this normally, we can see the friendly critters.
I am. I won't mess up, Beck. Thank you. That's my partner in chat. Alright, we gotta go get in with the boys.
The boys.
Docking with the boys. Here we go.
Hello. Do you remember the... Thank you. Yours... We are not... We are all the emissaries. We needed to...
So I saw Hark using, or I saw that there are different dialogue options that are fastest. I prefer just spamming E.
It is pretty nice to do it that way.
And
it
the best
doesn't
line
lose
here.
like that much.
Well, here it comes.
Best one. B.
Easy for... You've never come to... You're going to tip this...
Let it play out.
Bingo.
Yes.
Go.
Bingo's in chat. I'm just kidding. Bingo's it's the best voice line in the entire game. Bingo.
So good.
You should also talk... Part of me wonders...
Alright, now we can get out of here. Alright, so I messed up this earlier practicing today. If I start the moon dialogue early and then go to the lodge,
I will say this.
the dialogue of the moon over the dialogue of like Vladimir, it makes it so you can't skip their dialogue.
Pays in property tax on this baby.
So you're stuck listening to Vladimir and Noel talk about whatever they talk about here, because I don't think I know what they talk about, to be honest.
Let's take. Could you explain?
A lot of the glitches that you'll probably encounter if you ever run this game are related to dialogues.
I know this is.
Not to make it. Let me know.
I'm ready.
His last glimpse.
Alright, so I almost forgot that we have stuff to craft amp with. I tend to forget, and it's frustrating. I could probably make, 12 more. That's wonderful.
That's so much.
That
That's
should
so
last
good.
you the rest of the run.
Absolutely should.
So this is going to be the last theoretically random cave, but since we did RNG manipulation, we can make it a mech cave.
And it's the same cave that we had earlier, so it's two of the same caves in the same run.
Red, what's going on?
I'm not
That's
sure.
an interesting texture.
Oh, I fixed it.
And here we go.
The final cave, and then everything else is as anybody else would experience in their runs. No more random caves. The only random thing we have left is persuade check on the final boss.
And Guardian Fion starting spot, and I guess teleporting spot.
Very true.
I think that's right. Yeah, there's nothing in Entangled.
Oh, do you get the experimental shotgun?
Yeah. Oh, yes. There's a persuasion check in Entangled. Thank you.
How about that one?
But this is our last cave. So.
Oh yeah. Yeah, I remember on my casual playthrough, up to that point, that was the most powerful gun that I got, and I was like, yeah, I'm gonna finish the game with this.
I don't use it during Entangled because it's far more effective for Starborn during Revelation. Where am I going? I need to go to the moon. Now I missed.
Buy a bunch of ammo.
Missed going to the
during
moon.
run, but it's not the same ammo as what that specific shotgun uses. So we need to conserve that ammo.
Yeah.
For like really powerful enemies. Something interesting about the guns in particular is when you level up your character, you'll start to get more and more powerful versions of the same weapon. But with unique weapons, they're always the same amount of power, and they're usually much more powerful than what you get at your current level.
So we're going to start this dialogue.
Engine spin-up time almost complete.
I did this in the wrong order. So what do I need to do? Should I just? I'm just going to do Entangled. Yeah. I was supposed to do that before I get out of my seat. Before I did that cave. Sometimes it doesn't click.
Yeah, you have to be on
what was I gonna say?
the right side of the planet.
We double-checked the leakage concerns this morning before the launch.
Yeah, I was supposed to do the moon before that.
Uh-oh.
A bit of lag then.
Yeah, I find that if you make the quick save as soon as you travel to Ninchina,
Yeah, I was supposed to do the moon
game
before
crashes.
Yeah, we got a lag spike. You were robotic for a sec there.
Okay.
While we're doing the tech stuff, basically right now there's two quests that you can do. There's the one on NASA, and then there's this one where we go to Nishina. And you can do them in any order essentially, but we just make sure that we do.
You're back. Yeah.
We activate that dialogue first.
Can you hear us? Because you are back. If you can't
Okay,
hear
cool.
us, okay.
I'm just going to keep going. Yeah.
Yeah.
Thanks, Todd.
But yeah, I usually wait until after I talk with Ethan to make that quick save because I'll notice that I'll get a lot of instability and crashing if I make it as soon as I travel.
So I don't get to skip all of the dialogue that they do in the any percent. So
This kind of shows you
yeah
how much time you save in the glitch run over this, because all of this we would skip. Sorry to interrupt.
Now you're good. It's basically what I was going to say is there's a lot of dialogue that gets skipped.
Ethan Hughes, if you'll follow me, we'll take the back way up.
Something you saw right there, and it's true with every door in this quest. Right when he opens the door just becomes. You can just go right through the door.
You follow. Minute later, you.
See it again right here.
But there's nothing here. I should have.
Yeah, it's the same thing that we used in the glitched run on the first mission, with Lynn opening up the door. It's slightly faster because anytime an NPC opens up a door, the door will not be solid.
What do you mean?
Pretty interesting.
Yeah, and this mission of the game is notorious for being very confusing and maze-like, and I'll assure you, it still is.
The lab was built.
Oh, it's the Stranger Things mission?
Yeah.
All right, let's
skip that third one. That third dialogue you can skip to save a little bit of time.
The director's office is on the second floor, end of the hall. You can't miss it.
Alright, here you don't have to kill any of the scorpions.
This is one of my favorites. This way.
This way. Sounds like angry at you. As if it's your fault that you just keep
And this is
disappearing.
director. Look, I don't know who. Excuse me? That is quite. Raphael. Wait. The lake. But if another universe. An artifact? You mean the source?
There it goes.
Really? No. You have a This facility.
That voice line right there was just her breathing in. It's my favorite.
What do you think? We have the kill switch on.
It's like she says something and she's just. And then she says her next line. It's so good. What?
In this other universe. Take it. This is crazy.
Also, shout out to all the facial expressions in this game.
Shut down. It's risky. Then it sounds like we.
Kind of used to it.
Come with me.
All right. I love Maria, but she's my least favorite NPC in the game.
He was holding up so well, but I finally had my first internet outage again.
And these ones you do have to kill. The Raphael talked to.
What? I don't. Okay, we can get out to.
Hello?
Your gun.
I don't know. It disappears.
It just works.
It just works. Todd Howard.
Look at this.
Lagging a little bit for us, but it looks good. Yeah, this is another dialogue check.
Sure what's going on. Shows I'm back on. Is there anything I can do to make this more reliable?
Why don't we take like a minute break or something so we can see if we can get the internet ready for the last little bit of the game.
All right.
We're gonna take a quick break, everybody, see if we can get the internet fixed. Sorry about the issues. We'll be back in just a moment here. Hello, everybody. Hopefully we have everything fixed, and we can get right back into the rest of the run.
All right. Sorry about that. Time can resume in 3, 2, 1.
Is there anything else you?
Just in time for a persuasion check.
The original survey.
And now I know my baby won't sleep and we're doomed. Okay. Just going to give me a +2 there. Let's give it a +4. No? Go for it. Hey.
Wow. Okay.
Easy, he says.
As you can see, this does 114 damage per shot, which is way more than any other weapon we have by far.
But I will not be using it
6-round clip.
so far. I will not be using it right now.
The ammo for that weapon in particular is extremely precious, so we save it for powerful enemies at the end of the game.
Excuse me. Thank you. And a good thing we got lost getting over here.
What, did you get lost in?
And here comes, I think, the longest cutscene in the entire game.
Yep, this is my designated pee break. So there's nothing I can do to speed this up that I've figured out so far.
Pay attention and be ready for anything.
Yeah, she's in a busy state, so we can't affect her dialogues.
Yep, I tried because you know how we randomly go into the I'm just gonna call it the upside down because that people can relate. Every time we go into the upside down before here, they're like set locations in the building. And we can still go trigger those. Like I could jump down here and go to that first one. And I tried to see if going through those would skip dialogue in the same way entering and leaving a building would, but it does not. Can any frames be saved by moving the NPC mostly off camera during dialogue? That actually is brilliant. Picking something up and moving her might get her over here faster. I'm going to start trying that.
The setting is just exposing it somehow.
I'd be careful because it came from Twitch chat.
Oh, you're right. You're right.
Suggestions. You never know. We'll try though. We'll try.
Nothing.
And I usually do buy ammo for the shotgun, but I forgot. Not gonna lie to you.
Let me turn the feedback up for a moment.
Yeah, the reason I'm so
calibrating to
what would you say? I'm so like suspicious of Twitch knowledge is Twitch chat has ended 3 of my runs straight up.
Oh no.
Oh no.
That's their job.
What happened?
They say something that sounds really smart, and then I try it, and I'm either soft locked or it destroys my run.
Right. If you can get disengaged.
And if any of the showrunners have questions, feel free to chime in. We love to answer questions like that. Oh, I gotta go talk to you. Whoops.
Well then, if you need supply, before you go, if this what happens then?
I don't know.
Commissioner is when you shut down, you are the question is. But as the director, you don't have to now, it's with the network off. Ethan?
Ma'am?
I'm aware. Good luck, dear.
Alright, we don't need stuff from the doctor, so we're just going to run through the cafeteria.
Yes. What?
And mantle
so in this
on.
Glitchless run,
Alright,
we're gonna have to deal with a lot more spiders, so we have the medicine that's already prepared to cure the poisoning if that actually happens.
Alright, here I need to focus.
A security lockdown is active.
There's just so much.
Are available on.
I almost missed. I missed that every single time, and I didn't this time.
Same boat.
Especially if you have amp, you're just running so fast. It's easy to run the wrong way.
A security lockdown is.
Oh, whoa, what happened? I moved so fast. That was really confusing.
Yeah, this is a big maze.
It took me a while to learn this route. You do not want to see my notes.
I let Jesus take the wheel when I do this route.
Yeah, that's smart.
Beginning combat protocol.
I almost got lost there. Because in my head, that door is supposed to be open.
Alert. Hostiles may be nearby. Engaging a hostile target.
When was I poisoned? I'll just not be poisoned.
Got poisoned in like the initial reports.
Do not remember
not in
that
this
happening. Gonna reamp there. I always think it's still loading, but I'm just looking at a wall. That gets me every time.
Controls are available on designated security terminals.
All right, and now we're here.
Let's go. I remember the first time I did this part casually, and I was like, which universe do I save? And
whichever's the fastest.
I ended up going with the other option because I was like, you know, the robots are really challenging, and I'm going to stick it out, and I'm gonna fight for this universe. Even though this one is definitely the easier universe. Like, those robots don't mess around at all.
I like the other one because it was clean.
It's too dirty.
Yeah, it's way too dirty. I just went to the clean route.
You're back.
I'm gonna have to take a detour at some point to get ammo.
It's not much.
Not sure where though.
Now.
Oh, either. That's a cookie.
I got to shed some weight here.
Yep, you can't fast travel when over encumbered.
I'm good. All right. I should be on track for sub 2. I'm a little off for PB by about a minute, but it doesn't mean I can't make it back. Right now, with the lack of ammo, I'm not sure if I will PB, but I definitely should get a sub 2. Oh, I wasn't thinking, I was talking. It happens.
Twitch chat is the best option.
I was responding to my spouse's comment in the chat too, so.
You got this. Considering all the funny stuff I've seen in this game, like this run isn't that bad.
My amp. I felt early for amp to run out, but hey.
Yeah, that is one section that you absolutely need the amp.
I mean, I have plenty of amp to waste.
Oh yeah,
I crafted so much.
So SB grabbed a lot of extra emergency power cells, and that's because And
I need them.
And the glitchless
Yeah.
route, you need all of them. You need all of the cells.
I definitely made the mistake of not grabbing them because I was kind of following the any percent route when I was doing some glitchless running. And I was like, that's why. That's why we grab them.
Yeah, the old route I wrote is not good.
This is also probably the best section to just let you know just how overpowered AMP is.
Whoops,
like you.
That's nice.
I guess I'll mention that if you didn't grab the power cells before,
there's one behind there.
They
Yeah,
will be here, but and I think 2 of the cases it spawns in a random location.
Yeah.
So getting them just makes it so that you don't have to look around a bunch.
Especially the one at the very, very end. That's one where it could be on the floor, it could be on a shelf, it could be up a level, it could be anywhere. It's obnoxious.
I'm almost sad.
Okay. I got a weird speed boost there. I don't know if you saw that. It's so inconsistent. And amp wore off.
I'm almost sad that we don't do this walking in the glitched route because NASA movement is so satisfying.
It really is.
All those little corridors are super satisfying, especially with AMP.
I almost jumped down for the any percent route. That's muscle memory.
I was doing glitchless and I started doing the zips. Like, what am I doing?
I'm just glad I don't have to play this game in third person. This one, like it's not in the normal spot on the ground. Hello? You can get stuck behind that door and it's so obnoxious.
Oh.
Wrong way. Excuse me? I don't think I blink through that entire section. It's so fast and I don't want to miss anything. And just like the any percent run, it is faster to not side with anyone.
You see the in the wrong hands. Don't be a for once.
This actually is a lot more difficult of decision in terms of routing because while it's definitely faster, but if you side with, for example, the hunter, then he helps you a little bit on the firefights.
Wait, so where do I go to? Heinlein? I'm gonna do it. I'm doing it.
Yeah, and then you should be able to go to
Masada
Delta
immediately.
Yeah, that's the right one. Cool.
Yeah, Delta Volpe.
You can go to you can do a bunch of different planets that will all allow you to teleport.
Where am I going? It took me to Gamma.
Yeah, that's why instead of pulling up the map or the mission list to do it, I just pull up the map itself because otherwise, like, for some reason, like, doing it through the mission list, going this route is really weird.
You keep installing new cool things in your ship. It's like
The Valentine.
Oh, good luck. Nice, you got the guy singing. That's good luck.
I've never heard that before.
This is the greatest room.
Alright, that was a pretty fast Scorpius kill. Oh no.
Teleport. Oh, that stinks.
That's unfortunate, yeah. I don't know where anyone is.
Both of the main antagonists teleport when they're around a third of health. Not their whole, like their whole is at a third health. But this guy got just kill.
Yeah, that guy didn't do anything. That was nice. This should be it, except if he does that to me. Alright, here we go. Whoops. That was an interesting sight.
When the time's right,
There we go.
I gold splitted NASA.
Oh, is it because you did Entangled first?
Possibly. Who knows? Alright. I don't have shotgun ammo. This is not...
You guys have Maelstrom and Entangled.
I got rid of the Maelstrom because I'm an idiot. Yeah. Alright, we'll figure this out as we go. We want this one though.
Yeah, just use
That'll
the
be a backup.
cutter.
Yeah, if I need to. And I got no Frostwolf either. I like to use it either here or on the next one.
That's a lot of ammo you have for this weapon.
That's pretty average.
Just unlucky. Never get this much. Nice. Very smart.
There's not much you can do to really speed this fight up. Unless you just hope that they teleport to you. And I don't believe your Starborn powers work on them. Hello? Did you guys see that?
I did
Do access his inventory?
Wait, you did?
Oh, for a brief second you can. I don't think you can get it, Bo, but no, his model was spaghettified through my face.
Oh. Yeah, I think you have to be at least at their level or above their level for your powers to work on them.
That makes sense. Alright, I've got a decent amount of ammo left for this last one. All of the ecliptic dudes can be one shot. If you can aim, which I cannot.
Didn't activate the aimbot before the run? Big.
I forgot. Doesn't work in the updated patch. That guy doesn't get up sometimes.
That guy's always laying down.
I know.
You're okay, right?
I gotta get this sneaky guy back here.
Never mess with a co.
That?
What's going on?
All right. Well,
That's called the Todd special.
You have to end your run
Yeah,
because
okay,
this is
wait.
no longer glitchless.
Which isn't the glitches. You have to kill all those mercs before this guy shows up, and he'll teleport and switch places with any of the ecliptic mercs that are still alive.
Ugh. Bro.
Really get your blood pumping, huh?
Did he die? He did. Now I can just go into the fire to grab his key card. Get a cool jump off of the ramp there. And then fail that. It's all good though. I have a lot of ammo left. This is actually super nice. Are you just not gonna reload the ammo? Here we go. Oh, we gotta restart.
Okay,
Restart the run. This is New Game Plus, right?
Exactly. The Tree New Game Plus, where you start at the first cavern.
That's the fastest I've ever killed that guy.
Yeah, that guy can teleport anywhere he wants.
Okay, I just came up here for you. I've never two-shot him. What just happened?
That was crazy.
That's the fastest I've ever done this fight with no frost. Like, my Frost Wolf fight took longer.
This wolf is plus 40% damage, so having that's super ideal, but that's crazy that you can kill him.
I've never done that. But that's a GDQ run, am I right?
Exactly.
I've crashed here.
You've crashed here?
Yep.
That's interesting.
Well, here we go.
The final.
3 minutes. If I can get this in 3 minutes, that'll be PB.
Like everything in 3 minutes?
No, just Revelation.
Oh, wow.
So 2.5 minutes now because of this elevator ride.
Yeah, this is pretty close.
Yeah. I'm super happy with it, actually. This is with a lot of late pauses of the timer because of a crash or internet going down. All right. So I just get it all.
And
I didn't pick it up. Okay, that's nice.
Yeah, you have to hold it for a really long time. It's
no, refined is going to be much better. Oh, and I didn't get the. All right, well.
There we go.
I don't have coachman ammo. That's my big issue.
So he's pulling out the cutter here so that all of the copies of him all on with the cutter does only a little bit of damage.
Nice. Being able to find Guardian teleports a lot fast is really nice.
I'm not sure how I did that either. That's the fastest. 4 shots. That's incredible. Now to get persuasion trolled here.
Yeah.
You got this. First try.
First try.
First try. GDQ luck, yeah. To pay back for all the crashes. I almost said attack.
Did you activate the medicine?
Mm-hmm.
Hey.
Let's go.
Easy.
Told ya. Easy peasy.
How long does it take for this to stop? Because I got 20 seconds to PB.
It's gonna be really close. I think it's either be because the mission doesn't stop until after
Yeah, no,
like a couple seconds after.
I only have 2 seconds, and it's not.
Yeah. I mean, it's a good run. It's
Very good run.
Lots of RNG, but hey, what are you gonna do about it?
Since we did the game the intended way, we really don't get a lot of soft locks here.
Oh, I hit R.
Uh-oh.
Hey, what are you gonna do about it, though? It should be just above a 150 or something.
We did it!
Button. All right. I know. 5 seconds down the drain. Reset. Run over.
Yeah, those little mistakes.
And time will stop as soon as my screen goes white. I don't have frost speed. And I should have been spamming amp. This might be a sub 150 still.
You made it. I never get tired. A thought occurs. I am as much.
That's an interesting preset.
Do you feel like
That voice does not match that face.
No, it does not. That's for sure.
much like that part? Walk into the gate, but that isn't. I have enjoyed.
My timer is at 149.40.
As you consider stepping towards infinity, I offer you a glimpse. Although you leave this universe behind.
And time stops now.
Yay!
Nice.
Cool.
We did it.
Jeez.
Not bad. A 149.48, except this part is always so loud.
Yeah, the world's loudest object.
I'm gonna bring the volume down on my end because it's so loud. This is live. What does GDQ's time have? Just about 2 hours?
It's
Cool. I'll take it.
2 hours, 22 seconds.
Hold on. I can't hear you guys, actually, because Starfield is so loud.
So crazy loud.
I literally can't even hear myself talk.
Yeah, this part is like raised like plus 30 decibels above everything else in the game. It's great.
I'm gonna, if it's okay, can I F4?
Yes.
Okay, I literally could not hear anyone. I asked the question and then realized, hey, I can't hear the answer.
I was like, which chat do I type in? So
I don't even know. Oh, those. Well, that was fun. Not bad. 149.48. Scuffed, double crash, internet down. But hey, it could only go from there. It's not super hard to get. So anyone in chat who wants to run this glitchless latest patch, it's not awful. And you get to see the whole game kind of in its glory.
This was a very amazing showcase. Thank you, everybody. The runs both look very interesting, and it's nice that it's not something that's terribly difficult. Like, there's no high barrier of entry to get in either. Of them.
It's just very engaged. You have to be like, you have to use your brain, unfortunately. So
yeah. Do any of you have any final things you want to say before we switch to the other show?
No, join our Discord. Join
definitely
join the community. We need more runners. It's a great game.
Yeah, it's a great game to run.
And strat finders, definitely.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I'm just gonna be run. I need to run this game more. I wasn't running either of these today, but I'm just gonna run this game for the next like 2 days straight. So if anybody wants to follow my channel, it's Dante Gaming 69. Come through.
Are we allowed to self-promo here?
Yeah, absolutely.
Cool, yeah. Espy Badespy on Twitch. Give me a follow. I'm a gamer and high school educator, so we'll learn things while playing games.
And Harka-Cola for me. Definitely going to be doing lots more runs and going to be trying to improve my time.
And I'm competing against both these people in both their categories, trying to take their world record.
Bet.
Dante is the biggest bully.
Yep. Whenever I come into a run, I usually just bully their world record, which improves the time. Which is
this time that I just got, even that 2-hour run via GDQ's timer, that is, I believe, first on the Starfield leaderboards. I haven't uploaded my other runs yet, so technically world record.
Let's go.
Yeah. All right. Yeah. Again, thank you all so much for being on, for showcasing the game. It was a absolutely wonderful showcase from everybody. That being said, we do have another show. We have Legally Cute. We are going to take a quick break while we get ready for that show, and stay tuned for Legally Cute, everybody.
Have fun, guys.
Have fun.